First, let's start with Christ. Of this Bible, and about the laws. I mean, not completely the laws are done away with. You understand? Where they get in that? Any song. See. That's a problem. All right. Good. Christ's own mouth, right? So let's read on a little more. For you say what? Verily, I say unto you, right? Till heaven and earth, right? So it's Christ speaking, and he said, till heaven and what? Till heaven, right? Till heaven and earth pass. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. You understand? Christ never came to do away with the law. The law is very important. And if you go all the way back to Adam, right? My question to you all on the on the Facebook, or even on the YouTube also too. You might be able to see, but just hit one if you could hear, because my camera is saying it working perfect. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. All right. So if you can hear me on the YouTube, just text. Okay. Now it comes up. All right. Now it comes up. So YouTube, White Man Technology Fair. All right. There it goes. All right. So pertaining to the laws, right? My question is this: did Adam have the laws of this Bible? Anyone? I'm gonna wait for you. All right. Did Adam have the laws of the Bible? Shabaya, that's the cancer. Prove it to me that Adam had the laws of this Bible. All right. Come on, prove it to me. Where should we go to see that Adam had the laws? And the laws were all the way back then. You understand? That's why Christ said he did what he didn't come to change nothing. Wherever the prophets and them lay down, he didn't come to change it. You understand? What happened was man changed what we're supposed to go by according to this Bible. You understand? I thank the Lord for Commander GEN.YAHANNA and I.S.U.P.K. We now he's going back now into this Bible and showing black people how they have to do what? The importance or the significance of following the laws in this Bible. You understand? Like, it's very important, right? And I'm gonna show you how important it is, right? Okay. Shabaya, let's say we were made in the image. Okay. That is not saying that. That is not actually saying that that Adam had the laws. What verse you are speaking about there? That is Genesis 1 and I believe 26. All right. All right. So let's just get that one clear, right? So in Genesis 1 and 26, right? And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fishes, over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So, right? So the Lord said, let us make man in our image, right? After our likeness. Now, and he went on to say, so that we can have what? Dominion over the animals. My question to you is, right? We'll take a dog, for example, right? What's the difference between a man and a dog? All right? What's the difference between a man and a dog? All right? Ray, I'm gonna come to you, the guys here. I'm gonna come to that also too. What's the difference between a man and a dog? And Sparky, you know what I mean? Or your German Shepherd, whatever. What's the difference? Nah, boy, Mahaya, you hit it on the head there. We'll come to it. Yes, Shabayala. Yes, human and animal, but I want a little more. What's the difference between us and a dog? Why did the Lord didn't say he made the animals in his image and his likeness? Right? He said he made man in his image and likeness. So I need a little more than just being we humans and the animals. Give me a little more. Right, I give 1 minute and then I'm out to get the answer. All right. Now you're hitting the nail on the head. Now you're hitting the nail on the head. Shabbat, right? We was given the law. We come follow it. Meaning this, right? The Lord made us like Him, whereas we could see where He say, "Do not eat." We should not eat swine, and we able to read it and comprehend and know we should not do it. You put the Bible in front of a dog, he is going to lick the page or eat the book up because the dog doesn't know, you know what I mean, right from wrong, as the case may be. You understand? So the laws basically, right? So what you're seeing here is that Adam, right? Not Adam, but the Lord saying basically that He made us in His image and likeness. Just us having the ability to read and understand what's in this book. You understand? What to do, what not to do. That's why you say we have dominion over the animals. Having dominion over the animals, meaning what? The Lord tell us what to eat. You go fishing, right? You pull a fish up in a boat that does not have fins or scale, you're going to what? Throw it back into the water. You understand? That He made us with that ability. Okay? And that's what the likeness and the image has to deal with. All right. Now, with Adam getting the law is what Mahaya had said. Right? Mahaya said what Genesis 2 and 7. Right? Let's go to Genesis 2 and 7. All right. And this is the Lord basically giving Adam, like commanding Adam what to do. You understand? Adam basically was just supposed to know, was just supposed to how to put it, follow what the Lord commanded him to do. You understand? There's certain things you'll never do, you'll never know. You understand? You'll never, I hate to go filthy on you, but okay, you vomit. You vomit. You ain't gonna dip your hand back in your vomit to try and taste what the hell that was. You ain't gonna do that. I mean, the laws were supposed to be like that. You wasn't supposed to know the consequences of, you know what I mean, of your of something that you know what I mean, you was not supposed to do. You were supposed to just do what the Lord tell you to do. You understand? Now let's go to Genesis 2 and 7. All right, there's the beginning here, right, with Adam. Right, we all know Adam was not the only person on the earth at the time. All right, if you didn't know that, just, you know what I mean, say something. But Adam was not the only person on the earth. So Ray de Garcia say, how can we say animals have no sense when the donkey listened to the father, yet Balaam did not? All right, Ray. You're not listening and you're not understanding what I'm saying. You understand? You could teach a dog to sit. You could teach a dog to do whatever. You know what I mean? The donkey, you could go take a donkey miles away from his home, and he's going to sniff his way back to his crib. The Bible says. You understand? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ability to read and understand. Does a donkey know? Does a donkey have a dietary law? No. Does a dog have a dietary law? No. You understand? But men, we do. And we able to read and understand what the Lord say, what to eat, what not to eat. You understand? All right. Um, right. So what we at? We at Genesis 2 and 7. Let's read. And it say, and the Lord God formed man of the dust. All right. So this, remember, the Lord had already made man where? In Genesis 1 and 26. So when he say formed man, meaning what? No. This is speaking about, this is where I want to give it to you. I want to give you a try. So we have Genesis 2 and 7. And it say what? And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. All right. What does it mean by the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground? What does it mean? All right. Read the God. So what do you mean by no? Explain yourself what you mean by no. All right. All right. So I'm going to give it right. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed it into his nostrils. So what does that mean when you say form man of the dust of the ground? That's just simply meaning he took that man from out his low state, that low state he was in. All right. And mean he went and take man and form him from the dust, the dirt. You understand? Yes, from his poor condition. He took Adam out of that poor condition he was in. Right? And now he said, what? Of the dust of the ground and breathed it into his nostrils. Right? And breathe it into his nostrils, not meaning that Adam was dead and the Lord just, what I mean, sent breath into his nostrils. No. Breathe it into his nostrils just mean what? That the Lord basically was giving Adam something to give him life. And what gives you life? The laws in this Bible gives you life. You understand? The laws of the Lord give you life. All right? Yes, giving man the truth. All right? He was basically giving Adam, you know what I mean, or separating him from the other people that was on the earth at the time. Just giving him that knowledge, those laws. All right. Um, and how we know, let's go to Isaiah. I believe it's Isaiah 57 and 1. All right, a precept for the dust. That's to prove what the dust is. Isaiah 57 and 1. All right. Let's get Isaiah 57 and 1. All right. That's Isaiah that I just now. All right. Sorry. Go to Isaiah 52. All right. We'll start at verse 1. Right. So it say, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Right. This is Isaiah speaking to Israel. And he's telling them to awake, much like what we go out there in the streets to do of America and all over the earth to do, to try to wake our people up. All right. Put on thy strength, right, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into the uncircumcised and the unclean. You understand? Like he prophesying here to Israel, letting them know to wake up. All right, these heathens coming and they're destroying us. You understand? These uncircumcised, you know what I mean, heathens. Right? Verse 2. Shake thyself from the dust. You understand? Telling them to shake the self from the dust. Meaning from that low state we're in. You understand? Because we're not following the laws of the Bible. You understand? We are, to the Lord we are filthy. To the Lord we are dirty. You understand? When we, through the eyes of the Lord, you in Christianity, he's looking at you as being filthy. If you're in Islam, any religion on this face of the earth, you understand? The Lord is looking at us as being filthy. You understand? So he says, shake thyself from the dust and arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Jerusalem. You understand? That the Lord wants us to shake free. And the only way we're going to do this is if we come back to the stand was the law. Yes. Richard was to follow it. Adam was not supposed to know the repercussions for not following it, but because he did something, right? Come back. Come on, Shabaya, that's Salakia. Yes. Right. Sharai, Rena. Yes. He let Eve make him break the commandments of the Lord. And now Adam understood what that was, what punishment was. You understand? Let's go. Let's skip down to that part right there. All right. So we had let's go to Genesis 3 and let's finish up Genesis 2 and 7. Then I'm gonna skip to Genesis 3 and 1. All right. And they say, and the Lord God found man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right? Adam became a living soul. Like the laws of the Bible, man, it's gonna make you live. You understand? That the laws are going to make you live. Like we living here in America, in the Caribbean. You understand? You ever ask yourself, those laws or those constitution that's in Jamaica or Trinidad or America, where do they get their constitution from? Where do they get the laws to govern their people from? You understand? They get it from the Bible. You understand? They get all the laws from the Bible, and not some of it they modify. That's why with their laws they can go into their court system and change it. But this Bible, as the Bible say, nothing in this changes. You understand? The people 2,000 years, you understand, that follow the Bible and did the laws of the Most High. In 2019, we have to do the same thing they do. You understand? Which is follow the laws of the Bible. You know what I mean? It don't change. But what happens is religion changes it, right? Vain men, right? I mean, we'll get some of that, right? So skip to verse to Genesis 3 and 1. All right, so now we're going to Genesis 3 and 1. All right. Right. Sorry, I'm gonna skip to 2 and 17. All right. This is what the Lord told Adam. All right. And right. And the Lord commanded, right? And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. He told Adam that. I mean, the trees in the garden thou mayest freely eat. You know what I mean? You talk to the white man, he think is a what? Physical, you know what I mean, tree you're talking about. But let's read on. Right? And this is how you know it's not a physical tree, right? Verse 17, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. What fruit could you eat to get knowledge of good and evil if it's a physical tree? You know, the white man, like his depiction of the tree is an apple tree. You know, some fruit Adam picking that you're not supposed to pick. You understand? Which is a lie. Right? He told Adam, of all the trees that he got, you can eat, but this one of good and evil, do not eat it. That's what the Lord told Adam. Right? Let's see. And this is where he continued to say to Adam, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. You understand? That's what he told Adam. If you eat of this tree of good and evil, he said what? That he was going to surely die. Meaning the Lord was going to punish him for reading or eating of that tree. You understand? All right. Let's see. All right. And then it went on to say that the Lord find that Adam was by himself, so he sent a helpmate, which was Eve. Right? Now, verse 3. We're going to read this, right? So he said, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, right? You go ask a Christian preacher to break this down, he gonna tell you it's a physical snake that was talking in the garden here to Eve. When we all know that the Lord called these other nation beasts. All right. Let's see. And that is in Ezekiel. Go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 34:8 to prove that the beast here is just not talking about, you know what I mean, an animal. A physical animal. It's talking, this beast is referring to a people, right? And we'll get specific with that, with the people or the person that he was referring to, or the nation that he was referring to. Let's say Ezekiel 34. See, Ezekiel 34. Let's see, 8. Right? Ezekiel 34:8. This is what the Lord say. As I live, say the Lord God, surely because my flock became a prey. Right? And we all know who the flock of the Lord, what nation is the Lord's flock? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? And it said the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians became prey, meaning these predators, they feeding off blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why you live in the ghetto, you know what I mean, in the hood, and you have other nations around you with stores, with money. You understand? You have to go to them to get shoes, clothes, whatever. You understand? And they gobbling it up. They just feeding off us, right? And not even, you know what I mean, trying to help us out the state we in, right? And so it became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field. And so my flock became meat to every beast of the field. You understand? Does that know what is that speaking about? Remember, this Bible is a black man's book. You know what I mean? Certain slangs you're gonna have to understand. You understand? To actually get, you know what I mean, read this Bible. You know what I mean? The church don't teach you that. The church teach you the Bible through the eyes of a white man. Right? And the B says speaking about what? The other nations. Right? Read it again. I'll start over. As I live it, say the Lord God, surely because my flock became a prey. Right? And my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherd fed themselves and fed not my flock. Is that not the Christian church? That's the Christian church, you know what I mean? In a nutshell, right there for you. You know, where the pastors get rich off the congregation, you understand? And don't, you know what I mean, not, you know what I mean, ain't taking care of them. You know what I mean? What happened to that one of those Israelite groups, called, shouldn't say Israelite group, the Christian group, the red and white, the candy canes. You understand? Their leader in court right now pleading guilty, you understand, for embezzling over $5 million. You understand? He claimed to be a shepherd. He came to be over the flock of the Lord. But what? He ain't feeding the flock. You understand? He making us pray. He gonna make them pray to these other nations, to the heathens. All right. So let's get back to let's go back to Genesis 3 now. And it says what? Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast. So we know the beast is speaking about a person. You understand? And that snake mean what? You call somebody a snake, just mean what? They're low, they're dirty. You understand? Who's the lowest and most grimiest nation on the face of the earth? The nation that will shake your hand with one hand and hold the knife or the gun in the other hand. And as soon as you blink, you know what I mean, it's to your throat or to your gut. You understand? Serpent, we know the Bible refers to the serpent as the white man. You understand? This is a physical person. And this man here had that spirit of the white man. And Eve, he was going to have a conversation with Eve right now. Let's see what conversation you're going to have with Eve. And tell me if it doesn't, you know what I mean, if it doesn't look like what our sisters are going through today, our Black, Hispanics, and Native sisters are actually falling prey to today, right? Now, the serpent was more subtle than any beast, right? Subtle meaning this fella here, he has some brain. He know how to, you know what I mean, he know how to charm you. He know how to talk to you, smooth to you, right? Subtle in the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, right? Said unto the woman being Eve, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? So he asking Eve, you know what I mean? Did the Lord not say you shouldn't eat of every tree of the garden? Right? And right, verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, right? Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. I mean, so Eve having a conversation with a snake, with a serpent, not knowing he plotting in the back of his mind how he going to, you know what I mean, make her go against the Most High. And, you know what I mean, what a man Adam, basically. All right? And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. You understand? For God doth know that in the day ye are thereof, that the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Right? Knowing good and evil, meaning what? Knowing basically the law. You understand? Adam was basically given what in 2 and 7 was given the commandments. As I said, he was not supposed to know the have knowledge of good and evil. Right? So he telling Eve, you're gonna be like the Most High, you're gonna know, yeah, I mean, the difference between good and evil. You understand? And this type of conversation, this goes on, with the white man right to this day, that serpent, you understand, to a woman by telling her what? She don't need no man in the house. You don't need no man in the house. Put that man on child support. He needs to take care of his child, this, that, the other. And a black woman being simple will go listen to this man. You understand? What does he tell our sisters also to tell them what? That, that they for them to have a career, they should do what? Go abort the child. A sister growing up poor, and have the how to put it, the resources. She thinks she doesn't have the resources to have a child, right? She will do it. She'll go commit abortion. And that's because of the so-called white man who told her that she could do it. You understand? And she goes out and do it. You know what I mean? Here in the garden, thousands of years ago in the garden, serpent telling Eve, yo, don't listen to what the Lord had to say. Listen to what that man Adam had to say. You know what I mean? You're gonna have, you're gonna have some knowledge. You're gonna have some power. You know what I mean? And what did Eve do? He fell for it. All right? Let's see. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. You understand? and he did eat. Right? It shows you, you know what I mean, what went on here. So Adam, ate it. So now when you read on, you're going to see that the Lord basically, you know what I mean, told them to go, to leave, you know what I mean, the garden, right? And we all know the garden wasn't like a garden. It's a place, you know what I mean, which was basically known as the Middle East. That place, the Garden in Eden, right? Eden represent the whole earth at the time. But that garden is the place that the Lord wants for Israel, for his children. Right? So now let's get back, right? So we know now that the laws was all the way back then. You understand? Adam taught his kids, what's the name? Cain and Abel. You knew the law. You understand? That's why when Cain killed Abel, it was because Abel was doing what? What the Lord required him to do. You understand? We knew how the laws of sacrifice back then. Adam taught them all of these things. And then he came all the way to Noah, to Isaac, to Israel, to the, to the 12 tribes of Israel. Then it passed on to the Levites. You understand? And now let's go. Now we read where Christ said he didn't do away with the law. All right. Now let's go to James. I believe it's James 2, and I believe verse 10. All right. To show you how serious the Lord is when it comes to the law. Right. We'll hold that first, and let's go to 1 John, I believe 3 and 4. Let's go to 1 John 3 and 4. All right. 1 John. Let's see. 1 John 3 and 4. All right. And it says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. All right. So according to the Bible, sin is a crime to the Most High. You commit a sin, it's a crime to the Lord. All right. And the Lord, he don't play. Just like the white man today, you go commit a crime. You know what I mean? You commit a crime on any one of these, islands or whatever. You understand? You're gonna have to pay for it. Once he get hold of you, you're gonna have to pay for it. Maybe do prison time, do what? Do something, but you're gonna have to pay. The Lord is likewise. You understand? What the white man did, what our leaders did, our leaders took that seriousness off of the Lord. You understand? Our leaders pushed us more to follow the laws of the so-called land. Now, I'm not telling you to break the laws of the so-called land. What I'm saying is this: if you are following God's law, you will not break any laws in the land. But what our Christian preacher has done, they have put the laws of the land ahead of the Bible. You understand? And I know. Okay, give me a few examples why I could say that. Why I could say that the pastors, our leadership, put more emphasis on us following the laws of America than or anywhere in the Caribbean, whatever. Our leaders put more emphasis on following the laws of the land than following the laws of the Most High. All right. Give me some examples. I have 2 examples to give you. Just 2. I just need 1 example from you all. Come on. What laws did the Christian preacher make look like it's it's small, and the Lord is not going to kill you or punish you over it? Give me some laws that a Christian preacher All right. Okay, the Christian preacher, they do know it, but they refuse to teach you what the Lord say to do. Right? But I want to know what they're actually teaching you to do in these Christian churches. You understand? That's encouraging us to actually break the law of the land of the Bible, but still hold firm the laws of the land. Right? Good. Somebody saying celebrating all the holidays. Paying tithes. Christians faithfully pay the tithe. You go ask a Christian, do you pay tithes? He gonna watch a Christian. He gonna be like, yes, I do. You understand? But those holidays, celebrating holidays, is one of them. They make us make it seem like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Um, give me some more. Valentine's Day. Oh boy, how could I forget Mother's Day? You understand? They make these holidays seems like it was God sent, like if it's in the Bible. Yet and behold, He's causing us to do what? Break the laws of the Most High. But are we breaking the laws of the land? No, we're not breaking the laws of the land. So to Him, you know what I mean, it's all good and gravy. But to the Lord, what you just did was transgress the laws of this Bible. Because the Lord laid down holidays that we're supposed to celebrate, right? Right, to make us good. Yes, Shabbat Easter is another one. You understand? Yes, celebrate birthdays. You understand? Like those are laws that they made seem like, you know what I mean, like it's nothing. But you know in here, you go and do any one of those things, celebrate Easter, your birthday, you know, if you usually go on that day, you know something going to happen. The Lord bringing a hand on your head. You know what I mean? They teach black people not to have that fear of the Lord, that conscience towards the Lord. They teach us these things in the church. Make it seems like, nah, once your heart good, once you do good things, once you love everybody, the Lord is going to be fine with that. But we know that's not true. Give me a couple more, and then I'm going to give you the two. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean, things you see every day. You know what I mean? When you turn the TV on, you go outside, you go to your slavery, you go, you know what I mean? You go to the store, you see, you know what I mean? You want to throw the pork in, the shrimp, crab, and lobster? Come on, throw all that in, man. Make shrimp, crab, and lobster look like delicacies. Went to the Lord, yes, Napash, St. Patrick's Day, right? All those are holidays that the Lord hates. You understand? You know what I mean? Like the Lord is serious on the dietary law for us to follow. You understand? Like He don't want us going against it. That's why He give us high blood pressure. You know what I mean? Your grandmom or your aunt be to the point where the doctor say if you continue eating this, we're gonna have to take your leg off, anti such and such. If you continue, you know what I mean, doing these things, we're gonna have to, you know what I mean, take your hand off, take a limb off, take something off. You understand? Like we go all the way to that point. You know what I mean? All right. The one I have is in Leviticus 19 and 9. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 9. All right. Leviticus 19 and 9. All right. And it says, and when you reap the harvest, sorry, it's 19 and 9. That's not, no, this is not the one I want. All right. Hold on. I'm gay. All right. All right. It's Leviticus 21. Right? Leviticus 21 and 5. That's what I want. Right? There's one of the laws that, you know what I mean, that your mom, your dad, everybody encourages you also to go and do. And to you is, you know what I mean, coming up is nothing. It's just you, you know what I mean, looking the part. Right? But the Lord does not want us to do these things. All right? It's just one of them. I mean, there's a lot that the Lord don't want us to do. And the only place you're going to learn that is in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Wednesday night we have the what? The lower class, in which, you know, we teach brothers and sisters, you know, the laws in the Bible. You know, and how important it is to follow it. Right? Leviticus 21 and 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. Meaning what? You can't go around, you know, shaving your head bald. You understand? Making like Jordan. You can't do that. The Lord is against us doing that. Why was the Lord against us shaving our head bald? Yes, getting them edge ups. We come into that. You understand? Like these things seem simple. It's just, you know what I mean? We just, you know what I mean? We just, you know what I mean, making stuff neat. You know what I mean? We just making it easy. You know what I mean? We had a comb here, not just slap some oil on it and go. But the Lord don't want that. Understand? They shall not, is Leviticus 21 saying, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cutting in their flesh. You understand? Why is the Lord telling us to do these things? You understand? This is not in the Constitution of Jamaica or Trinidad or America. These things are not. But this book right here, which is the Bible, it's in it. And it's the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian Constitution. You understand? Right? Good. I said because the Egyptians were doing it, and that's the custom of heathen. Very good. You understand? Like the Lord wanted to separate us from the Egyptians, from these filthy Africans. You understand? He wanted to totally separate us from them. So their custom, their laws, whatever they used to do, the Lord make sure and put it in the law. Tell Moses, put it in the law that they are not to do that. The Lord don't want us looking like these other nations. You understand? Like you shouldn't have to shave your head bald, shave all the beard off your face. You know what I mean? Make it all smooth just to go and get a job. Just to, you know what I mean, go get, I shouldn't say a job, but a slavery. We call it in here. You understand? The real job is what the brothers doing out there in the streets. You know what I mean? America, you know what I mean? All these other countries. You understand? When they go out and prophesy, that's their job. You know what I mean? That's a job that they do to take care of the nation. Right? What we fight for, you know what I mean, to go, you know what I mean, in these offices and stuff is what we call a slavery. Yes, and we shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean, the Bible says don't trim your ways to seek love. Don't do it. You understand? And we do it night in, you know what I mean, day out. We do it 24 hours. You understand? And the Lord don't want us doing it. Though it may seem small, you know what I mean, to the Lord is big. Right? And now with that being said, let's go to James. Right? I believe it's James 2. Let's see it. James 2 and in 2 seconds. James 2 and I believe 13. All right. It's 2. Let's see. Let's see. Right. Let's go to James 2 and 10. All right. All right. This is what we don't know. And this is what I don't teach in the Christian church. What I teach in the Christian church is to say, you can't judge me and God knows my heart. They have that on, you know what I mean, on repeat, on rewind. You can talk to a Christian. You can't judge me. You understand? You can what did I say? The Lord knows my heart. You know what I mean? Well, we're gonna see. James 2 and 10. This is what James 2 and 10 say. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. You understand? He is guilty of all. Like you break one, basically you break all. That's how the Lord looks at it. That's how serious the Lord is when it comes to the law of His Bible. When it comes to His laws, this is how serious He is. All right. I read one more time. It says, "For us, whosoever shall keep the whole law, the whole thing, right, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. For he that said, do not commit adultery, said also, do not kill. Now, if thou committed no adultery, yet if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law." It's simple. You understand? The Lord was, he just wanted, you know what I mean? He just wants us to follow what he said to do. Just like any good father, man. Like a good father, he laid on the rules for his kids. And he'll tell them, yo, follow this. If you don't do this, I'm gonna have to whoop you behind. Understand? The Lord don't have a leather belt like some of our parents did. So he used these nations. He used these other nations to whoop our behind, especially the white man. Now, the white man was not supposed to destroy us the way he destroyed us. You understand? But the Lord trying to let us know, you understand, that he means business. He means when he said, don't mark the corners of your head, don't put boneless in your head, don't go get tattoos. He mean it when he says don't do it. Or else he gonna have to show you that he mean it. He tell you don't be a homosexual. He tell you don't be a lesbian. So you say, you know what? You want to go be a homosexual or lesbian? Take all the AIDS in the world. You understand? You want to be a whoremonger? Take all the AIDS and syphilis, all the gonorrhea, all of it in the world. Take all of it. You understand? And just deal with it. That's how the Lord is. That's how serious the Lord is. All right. Let's go to First Timothy. All right. First Timothy 1 and 8. Now we get into this, you know what I mean, how serious it is when it comes to, you know what I mean, the laws. Like Christ didn't do away with the law. You know what I mean? Man, you know what I mean, these religions did do away with the law, but not the Bible, not Christ. Christ taught the disciples to obey the law and follow the law. All right, where we at? 1 Timothy 1 and 8. Let's go 1 Timothy 1 and 8. Is what it says. All right. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. You understand? The Bible says, you know what I mean, through Timothy, that the what? The law is good. You know what I mean? Go to I believe it's First John. Whole way up, and let's go to First John. First John 5, and I believe. Go to it's First John. Whole way up, and let's go to First John. First John 5, and I believe. It's First John. Whole way up, and let's go to First John. Okay. Let's go to First John 5 and 3. All right. First John 5 and 3. All right. All right. So it goes on to say this. All right. Let's see. 1 John 5 and 3 says this, right? Let's start at verse 2. He said, by this we know that we love the children of the Most High. Right? Who's the children of the Most High? Not the white man. You better don't tell me the white man. You know what I mean? Or the Africans. Right? Children of the Lord is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? When we love God and keep his commandments, right? For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. You understand? Not eating pork, not eating crab, shrimp, and lobster, not sleep with your brother wife. You know what I mean? Not whoring on your man. You know what I mean? All these things, they are not grievous. What the Lord commanded us to do is not going to hurt us. You understand? Is not going to hurt us. You know? They make it look like, if you know what I mean, that it's hurting someone, you know what I mean, to love your own. No, it ain't hurting you. It ain't grievous. It ain't grievous not to eat pork. Like, you ain't gonna die if you don't eat pork, but you could dare to go. You ain't gonna die if you don't eat crab, shrimp, or lobster. But I'm sure if you consume it, the Lord could kill you for it though. It ain't grievous. You know? Right? So go back to 1 Timothy 1 and 8. All right? Let's go back to 1 Timothy 1 and 8. All right, where we was. All right. 1 Timothy verse 8. All right? So it's saying, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. Right? What does it mean when it say the law was not made for a righteous man? What does it mean by that? 1 Timothy 1, and I'm in verse 9 now, where it says, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient. What does it mean by that? You know what I mean? That's why Christians could say what? God don't hate the person, he hates the sin. Come on. Give me a little more, Shay Tucker. Give me a little more. Shara, Rana, give me a little more. All right. What you're saying is correct, but I need a little more. When it says that let me see, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. Explain it a little more. When it says the law wasn't made for a righteous man, what does it mean? Bring me home. Give me the spirit behind it. Or give me an example. But I want to Akai, if you want to answer, come on.
Salaki, sir. The law wasn't made for the righteous man, is saying the righteous man already lived the law. So the law is already in him. It is written in him and he lives it. So it is the person who, it is the persons who need the law to take them.
Okay. These are I want you. These are a way to look at it, right? I want you to look at it like this, right? I want you to look at it as, like for example, right? Let's take the law of adultery. The law will tell you that you're not supposed to go sleep with another man's woman, right? Or a woman, right, ain't supposed to go sleep with another man, basically. All right. Now, it's saying that the law, okay, I think if I give it this way, you might understand what I'm talking about. In the Old Testament, what happened? What happened if you break the law? Say the law of adultery. Let's see.
Salaki, sir, you will be put to death. You'll be stoned to death.
Right? Yeah. Basically, it was good. Basically, it was stoned to death. Right? Now, when we see the law, what should come to mind is the repercussion for breaking it. You understand? If you went and rob a bank and the police, you know what I mean, know where you're hiding out, you understand? What's gonna happen? You're gonna have to fear the law because they're gonna be come in what? Kicking in your door, guns blazing. You understand? You could die. So a righteous man, he don't have to worry about what. Just say, for example, just say you driving, you know what I mean, on the highway, and speed limit is 60 miles per hour. Right? If you driving 60 miles or less per hour, then that law wasn't what made for you. That fine that you had to pay for you. But a person who goes over 60, who doing 75, 80, you understand? The law was made for them. You understand? That fine was made for them. You understand? Yes, the punishment, right? Stoned to death. You'll be killed. You understand? So now let's go back to Timothy, right? So Timothy is saying here, know this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for the sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers. You understand? He running down who the law was made for. You understand? AIDS wasn't made for a man who following, you know what I mean, the laws on marriage. You understand? But if you out there popping holes, then AIDS is, you know what I mean, the Lord, you know what I mean, made the AIDS for you. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? Them sexually transmitted diseases, was made for you. You understand? If you are what? If you doing one of these things that what's his name? That Timothy running on here. Right? So verse 10 saying, oh, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind. You understand? For man stealers, for liars, for a perjured person, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, right? Sure, and put that in. Anything contrary to the sound doctrine, to the laws of this Bible, right? Then the law was made for you. You understand? The law was made for you.
So where we at?
Right? We was at 1 Timothy 1 and 8.
Come on.
All right. All right. All right. So the laws are very important. Like we coming back into the UPK, we coming back into, you know what I mean, into basically you come into the UPK, you coming back to learn how to serve the Lord. And you're not getting it wrong. I mean, you go to this other so-called Israelite group or Christian, you know what I mean, group, you're not gonna learn how to serve the Lord. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? As plain as I could put it. You understand? Now, go to Wisdom of Solomon 13. All right, we're gonna start at 1. All right, we're gonna get to the root of, you know what I mean, of where men basically, or why men choose, you know what I mean, not to follow, you know what I mean, the laws in this Bible.
Wisdom of Solomon.
You understand? Like it's as Christ put it in Matthew 5, where he said, if you don't follow the laws of the Bible and they don't teach men to follow the laws of the Bible, you are going to be what? The least in the kingdom of heaven. Understand? Come to Wisdom of Solomon 13 and start at 1. All right. And now, this is what I want to get to, right? All right. This is what I want to get. Before we go there. No. Okay. Let me see. I want to word it properly. I think it up the best way to word it. All right. Okay. I'm looking for a word, right? That a white man will brand us with, right? When we follow everything in this Bible, right? So when I say everything, meaning this, the Bible tells us that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the so-called God chosen people. All right. The Bible tells us that we're supposed to separate from all these heathen nations. All right. The Bible tells us that Christ didn't die for everybody. Just died for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. All right. Now, what word does the white man use to label men like us or people like us? When I say people like us, people in the truth. You know what I mean? Pertaining to his laws. This one might be a little difficult because maybe I ain't wording it properly. I may not expect you to get it. Well, let me put it to you this. Let me put it to you this way then. Let me see. Preaching hate is one, but I want another one. I want one word. I'm looking for one word. When somebody comes up against the grain, comes up against, you know what I mean, his democracy, his capitalism, you understand, his way of life, what does he label, or what name does he label that person to make them look, you know what I mean, real, how to put it, like to give them a bad reputation, in other words. Come on.
Call you a terrorist.
You're getting close to it. I'm looking for one word. Or called enemy. Yeah, I'm gonna take enemy, but I'm looking for a certain word. And the Lord describe us as that in the Bible when we don't follow his laws. The Lord describe us. You understand? The white man used the same word the Lord used to describe us, right? When we don't follow what he said to do. We don't follow the grain. Come on. Go to Ecclesiasticus 16 and 6.
Say that again, sir. Ecclesiasticus what?
Ecclesiasticus 16 and 6.
Come on, one, come. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16 and verse 6. His mercy.
Gentile. Come on.
Salakasi, you say something?
You go ahead. No, go ahead.
His mercy is manifest to every creature. And
No, Ecclesiasticus 16 and 6.
16 and 6, Salakia. Verse 6. In the congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled. And
so the Lord is saying, in the congregation of the ungodly, right? Right? Who give me an example of an ungodly person? What's an ungodly person? Come on.
Someone who eats pork.
All right, somebody who eats pork. Give me some more. Yeah. All right, your fine shots. Yes, the pastor. You know what I mean? Your preacher, those preachers in the church. Yes, but give me a little, be a little more specific with it. You know what I mean? What's an ungodly person? Yes, a pastor. I'm gonna take that. A pork eater.
A homosexual.
All right. A homosexual, lesbian, whoremonger. What we just read in 1 Timothy 1 and 10, from 9 to 10, right? Murderers. All these are what? Ungodly people, right? And the Lord said what was going to happen with these ungodly persons?
A fire be kindled.
A fire is going to be kindled. You understand? That ain't talking about hell. It just means that the Lord gonna put fire in the behind, meaning he gonna do what? What does it mean? A fire is gonna be kindled.
So like I said.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna judge them, punish them.
Meaning the Lord, he gonna be angry, and of course, as I say, he's going to, you know what I mean, put his judgment on them. Meaning what? That the Lord is going to, give me an example, chop your leg off, how your leg chopped off.
So like
AIDS, cancer.
Boom.
Come on.
You said it, sir. I was gonna say give you AIDS like Eddie Long.
You understand? Right? And you see a fire is kindled, read on.
And in the rebellious nation, wrath is set on fire.
And in a what?
Rebellious nation.
So in a rebellious nation, right? So ungodly person, as Shabaya said, and Stephanie, I mean, ungodly person is basically a sinner, somebody who breaking the laws of the Lord. And the Lord is calling us rebellious when we do what? When we break the laws, his laws. You understand? Yes. The word I was looking for basically is right there in that verse. The white man labeled us as what?
Rebellious.
Yes. He make us look like the ones you ain't supposed to follow. When the Bible tell you ain't supposed to be following a sin, and the Bible or the Most High calls us a rebellious nation when we are what? When we are sinning. You understand? He makes it look like it's evil, be rebellious to his laws. You understand? He make it look like it's evil. He gives you a bad reputation when you go against him. You understand? You stand out as a bad soul when you go against the Lord. And use specific words to let us know, don't be like these people. Don't be ungodly. Don't be rebellious like these people. Well, the white man, he does the same. You understand? He makes us who are in the truth, who following everything in this Bible, make us look like we were rebellious. Because what? We don't stand for his national anthem. We don't salute his flag. You understand? And likewise in the Quran, because we are going against the church. You understand? Understand that for a minute. You saying that the Catholic Church is not the Church of God because they molest children and they're going to label you as being what? A rebellion, as a rebel. Because you're teaching people and telling people to come out the Catholic Church, come out the Christian Church. Because, you know what I mean, they are what? Ungodly people and sinners in there. And the God labeled Christians as being what? Rebellious. You understand? The white man or your government label Christians as godly persons. You understand? Which is totally, you know what I mean, in opposites. You understand? And that's how they do it. Right? Like that's how, you know what I mean, it's done. And it's because of this. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 13.
So like I said,
You know what I mean? Like the Lord, go to Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1. I believe you're holding that for me right now.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon.
We are supposed to be, you know what I mean, following the laws of the Lord. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we teach in the Israelite school of UPK. That's why we're saying here, we don't break the laws of God. You understand? We don't. We look at it as being serious. You break the laws of God in here, you're going to have to answer for it. You understand? We are not the Christian church. We are not the Catholic church. In the Catholic church, you rape or molest a kid, the discipline for you is, okay, you're no longer head of this parish. We're going to put you in South or Central America. And we will put you in the Caribbean. You understand? That's their way of dealing with sinners, of dealing with a pedophile. You understand? Go send him somewhere where he can hide out. In here, no, a sinner is brought to the front and, you know what I mean, be known. Not, you know what I mean, that we don't tolerate that in here. You understand? We don't tolerate sinners. You want to be a whoremonger, you want to be an adulterer, you cannot be part of this school. Sorry. You understand? There are other Israelite groups that will accept you, yes. You understand? You want to love white women, you can't be in here. You understand? You want to love a Chinese, or African, you want to be down with Mobutu. You understand? You could be down with Mobutu, but just not in here.
Right.
You understand? Not in here. Somebody say something?
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and read Wisdom of Solomon. Now you're going to get, you understand, where, okay,
So after so you froze. My feet froze. Khan, but I can't see.
Speak, Aya, you can be heard.
Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir.
Where basically, because as I say from in the beginning, they don't teach from doing.
Christianity allows you to sin.
Say that one time.
Christianity allows you to sin.
Okay, yes, you're right. But what does it stop you from doing?
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Okay, you're right. That's more where I'm going with it. But I just looking first was a certain word, a certain phrase. Right. Everything you all said on the Facebook, YouTube, you all are right. You all are right with what you are saying. All right. It's something I'm looking for. All right. And I'm gonna tell you this in about 10 seconds. All right. Yes, keeping the laws, law of perfection, yes. Okay, when I tell you this, you're gonna be like, well, yeah, okay, I see what I was trying to say. Cap. All right. Christianity, you all ready? Christianity stops you from doing nothing.
Salakia.
Right?
God, I don't want God.
If I want to smoke weed, I can go to, a Christian church. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? If I want to, continue, being an adulterer, I could go in the Christian church. Like, what does Christianity stop you from doing? Nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to be a homosexual, there's a place for any Christian church. You understand? But when you come in here, brothers or sisters, when you come in here, you realize, you realize, oh boy, these brothers here, they're militant, they're serious about keeping the laws of the Bible. You understand? In here, you can't eat pork. If I'm caught, if Aya or Akaya or Abadan or Akaya walk in a restaurant and see me eating pork, I'm done. Lord forbid it. You know what I mean? I'm done. You know what I mean? It ain't no well, brother. I made a mistake. I thought it was beef. You know what I mean? Walk in and see me with a big gun in my plate. You know what I mean? A big king crab in my plate. You know what I mean? It ain't no well. Nah, in fact, we're gonna send you you know what I mean, to the ends of the earth. So, you know what I mean, to hide your shame. No, hell no. You know what I mean? I gonna have an answer for that.
Right.
You understand? In here, you are not allowed to do anything against the Lord. But in the Christian church, you can do anything. You know what I mean? You could aspire to be high in rank in a Christian church and be on your knees in the night blowing rods. In here, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You gotta follow the laws of the Bible. You understand? Go to Wisdom of Solomon. 13 and 1, and start it from there.
The book of wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature.
So the Bible is saying, well, surely what?
Vain are all men by nature.
Vain are all men by nature. You understand? You want to know why it is they're not teaching us to follow the laws of the Bible? Because following the laws of the Bible is not what? You go to Steve Harvey and tell him you have to follow everything in this Bible. What is Steve Harvey going to tell you? Come on. Yeah, but what is Steve Harvey? What is Steve Harvey going to tell you? He's going to be like, is the laws paying my bills? Is the law of this Bible paying my bill?
Right.
And he gonna hit you the famous, yeah, he gonna tell you it's a money game. You know what I mean? And following the laws of this Bible is going to interrupt his what? Money game. You know what I mean? So you know where Steve Harvey could go and be Steve Harvey? In the Christian church, because it'll stop you from doing what? Nothing.
Right.
My son. So he could be in the money game, he could eat pork, he could be an adulterer, and still say what? God loves me. You know what I mean? Or say the famous Christian line. You know what I mean? Like almost every Christian have that, you know what I mean, that button. They should just have a tick when you ask them about the laws of the Bible. Play. God knows my heart. God knows my heart. Why are you judging me? Why are you judging me? You understand? Famous words of ungodly people, of sinners, of rebellious people to the Most High. Why are you judging me? You understand? And the laws are done away with. I mean, you tell me the laws are done away with, so I guess that make it right for the pastor to molest the kids then, since the laws done away with. It make it right for the pastor to get a woman pregnant and tell you, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Take care of that. You know what I mean? Like it make it right for him to do that, right? Start over Wisdom of Solomon for me.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of God.
And the what? What was that part? They are what? They are what? Ignorant of God. You understand? Ignorant. You want to know why there's so much Bibles out there? You understand? Because men are vain. You understand? Just now they'll come out, they'll fully come out with their Bibles just for homosexuals, if not already did. I just don't know the name, right? You understand? The Catholic Church reads a Bible called the New Jerusalem Bible. Brother, you put your hand on that, you're gonna see, you know what I mean, that almost everything in there is changed. You know what I mean, English is a funny language. You know what I mean? You put words in certain places, you change the whole definition or meaning of a sentence. You understand? Men will come up with different religion to appease themselves. You understand? You mightn't like, for example, the Catholic Church tells their priests they can't marry. You understand? They have nuns, they have priests. You understand? Tell them they can't have wives. So a man may not want to, you know what I mean, be a Catholic. So he forms a religion like the Anglican Church where a priest could have a wife. You understand? Like religion doesn't teach you to follow the laws of God. You understand? Religion is basically what? Man-made. You're not, if you in a religion, you in some church, you in some whatever. you're in the Rastafarian movement, you are not going to follow God. You are not learning how to follow God. You understand? There's only one place you're going to learn to follow God, and that's in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
One place. Right? So start it over for me one more time.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are men by nature who are ignorant of God.
Right, the ignorant of God. Like they don't know who they're playing with, who they're messing with. You understand? Like you go and you know what I mean, you eat the wrong thing, the Lord gonna have you jammed up in the hospital. On drips. You understand? Without toes, you name it. The Lord have you jacked up. You be messing with him. Go on.
And could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge, Salakia, the workmaster.
You understand? Like they don't, like we don't understand what the Lord is. The Lord gave us these laws to do what? To separate us from these nations. Get where it says the wisdom is your wisdom in the sight of all the nation. Then as in Deuteronomy. Right? Either 6 and 7 or 6 and 4, somewhere around there.
All
right, find that for me. All right? We'll go there. And the Lord gave us these laws to separate us from these other nations. You know what I mean? But now what we want to do, we want to be Trinidadian, we want to be Jamaican, we want to be St. Lucian, we want to be Grenadians, we want to be Americans, we want to be everything but a black man following the Lord's will. You understand? We want to be everything but following the laws in this Bible, laws, statutes, and commandments in this Bible. April 20th coming up for the Lord's Passover. You know what I mean? We know where we're going to be. But Christians, they're going to be all up in this so-called Easter. I think next week I might go into Easter, the history of Easter. All right? Come on.
So like I said, Deuteronomy 6 and
7. All right.
Last.
You get it?
Last.
All right, let's take a minute and find it for me.
All right.
Then we'll go to Romans. We'll start at Romans 6 and 1 from there.
Come sir.
We'll go to Romans 6 and 1 after. All right. You find it?
What? Give me the phrase again, other one.
Wisdom in the sight of the nation, I believe.
Come sir.
All right. Go to Romans 6 and 1.
Come.
All right. Whole way out in Romans 6 and 1, and go to Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
I got Deuteronomy 4 and 6, sir.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
Come, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
You understand? Like that's what they're going to say about us. You understand? There's a time coming when that's what they're going to say again about us. You understand? They're going to recognize that we separate from all of them. You understand? You just spend a day going through the culture of these East Indian, and you'll see how much wiser it is to obey the laws of the Bible. You understand? I think they have something in India, whereas if if they go a certain length of time without rain, they find 2 frogs and marry them. But I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know how you carrying on that ceremony. The 2 frogs. But that's, you know what I mean, that's one of the most, you know what I mean, stupidest thing that you'll hear coming from other nation. You know what I mean? What about the Africans when they come with, you know what I mean, blowing into our cows behind? Like, why are you doing that? You understand? Like, the laws we have keeps us from doing these, you know what I mean, these crazy stuff. Putting a plate in the lip, you know what I mean? Putting scars all over your face for your dad, you know what I mean, for your dad. It's stupid. All right, where we at? Romans 6:1.
Canada one can. The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Verse 2.
So hold on. This is who's speaking here. This is Paul, right? The letter to the who? To the Romans, right? And he's saying what? Read it one more time.
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
All right. So Paul is asking a question. What shall we say then to these Christians? Yes, and what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin? Shall we continue breaking the laws? You understand? That grace may abound. All right, what's grace? You know, grace to be what? A period, a time. All right? Read on.
Canada one can. Verse 2. God forbid. How shall
God what?
God forbid.
God forbid. All right? Meaning what?
Like I said.
Come on.
All
right? Meaning no.
You in sin.
All right, read on.
How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
All right. So what is Paul basically? Let's read on. Read verse 3.
Book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 3. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Yahushua Mashiach were baptized into his death?
Right. Meaning what? Abadawana Kaya. Anybody on the Facebook? Right. Read verse 3 over one more time.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 3. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized in Yahushua Mashiach were baptized into his death?
All right. We're baptized into his death. What does that mean?
Shalakasa.
One minute. I want Kaya. But I want the sister try it. Or somebody on Facebook or the YouTube. Come on. Give it a try. Come on.
Christ, knowing that so many of us, as were baptized into Jesus Christ, were baptized into his death. What I would take it to mean is that Christ gave of himself. He sacrificed himself for Israel. And so through his death, we are not supposed to go back to living the same old life, the same old man. But that old man should die, and so we should rise to a newness of life, living laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Boy, get his sister hand. You know what I mean? That's basically it right there. You know what I mean? Like that old man died.
That's right.
You understand? That old man died. That old woman died. You understand? That old person got buried. You understand? He done. Whatever he was called, he is no longer called in here.
That's right.
You understand? Whatever he was called before, you no longer. Now it's Taman. Now it's Abadawan. Now it's Akaya. You understand? Now it's Maya. Now it's Kazak. You understand? Now it's Ayah. You become so brand new. That man dead.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Verse 4. Therefore, we are buried with him by baptism into death.
You understand? Like you, baptism, we know is what? Is you being taught what to do in this Bible. You've been taught the laws in this Bible,
Right.
and you actually doing what? You following it.
That's right.
The old man was not. The old woman was not. You understand? Read on.
That like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in the newness of life.
All right, in the newness of life, meaning that new person.
Right.
I mean, you stop eating pork, ain't no going back to eating pork no more. You done. You understand? You stop being a hoe, it ain't no going back to being a hoe. It's done. You understand? That's why we're saying here we don't have any bad days in here, man.
That's right.
Bad day, I don't know what a bad day is. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I don't know what a day like that is. You know what I mean? In here we live. Out there they die. Out there they worry about bills. Out there they worry about whatever they worry about in the world.
Right.
We don't. You understand? Right? Steve Harvey has to give up his integrity so that he can live in the world. We don't. We the opposite. You know what I mean? We keep our integrity and give up other things. You understand? That's what we doing here. We keep our integrity. You understand? We are not ashamed to be naked. We are not ashamed to be niggers, spicks, coons. We are not ashamed of being black. You understand? We accept that. All right. Read on.
Verse 5. For if we have been planted in together in the likeness of his death, we shall be also in the likeness of his resurrection.
You understand? Meaning that old man died, so now you resurrect. Now you in the likeness of who? Christ. You understand? Now you following Christ. You understand? Now you following the laws of this Bible. Like the laws of this Bible bring you closer to the Most High.
That's right.
You understand? When you don't follow it, the Lord call you what? Rebellious. You understand? The Christian church full of rebellious people.
That's right.
You understand? What is this other dude? This dude named Jamaica, Mutubarak? He's rebellious. You know what I mean? He wants to. He pushes what? Rastafarianism. The Lord will refer to him as being rebellious. You understand what I'm saying? Like we can't. Yeah, you understand? That's what the Rastas and them. You understand? The Lord refer to them as being rebellious. You understand? Like, we are not Rastas. We're not Rastafarian. You know what I mean? We not that. We blacks, we Hispanics, we Native Indian, we the Israelites, we are God chosen people, and we have laws to follow.
Right.
You understand? The law is against us smoking weed. You know what I mean? Dreadlocks is not our culture. Right? Read on. What verse in?
Verse 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed.
Read on.
That henceforth we should not serve sin.
You understand? And henceforth you should not serve sin. You understand? That's why it's okay. Think about it this way with that phrase you make, right? Those of you who have maybe spoken to someone who smokes cigarettes, right? Right? How do I put it? All right, so he's saying that read that verse about the last part over one more time. So he said what?
That henceforth should not serve sin.
That we should not serve sin. You understand? So it's almost like this, right? You ever like you know people who may have been smoking cigarettes, right? Is it right to smoke cigarettes? It's wrong to smoke cigarettes, right? It's wrong to smoke any whole, right? It's a sin, right? Now, knowing that, does a cigarette have two legs and walk into your house and say, "Yo, smoke me, man. I'm right here"? He doesn't. You go and take your two legs and go into the store and buy what? That cigarette, right? You are actually serving that pack of what? Cigarette. You understand? Like it's hard to, yeah, I mean, hard to understand, but that's basically what it is when you sin. You know what I mean? You serve in sin. You are servant of sin. You understand? You go become an adulterer. You go become a whore. You go become a homosexual. You're a servant to sin. You understand? Right? Read on. Verse 7. You there? I think your mic on mute. All right. So verse 7 says this: for he that is dead is free from sin. You understand? Like you free from sin if you know what I mean, that old man. You bury that old man and let him go. You free from sin. All right. I'm gonna go to 6 and I'll skip down to 6 and 15. All right. Before I go, Abadawan, Akaya, what is this? You all have any questions?
You
know, sir. Abadawan, you all have any questions here? I realized that was the time.
I have a question about it.
Huh?
I had a question, but I'm not remembering it. I remember it at the start of the class. Sorry, I mean earlier.
Yeah, you had a question earlier?
I remember the question earlier, but I'm not remembering it now.
Oh, you forget it?
Fine.
Sorry, buddy. Next time I'll try and get your questions up front. I didn't realize that was the time. All right. Okay. Well, let's go to Romans 6 and let's start at 15. All right, we'll go run for like over 5-10 minutes again. All right, so come on.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 15. What shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace?
You understand? As we know, bedrock in the UPK. All right. Bedrock. All right. Like shall we what? Shall we sin because we under what? Because we under grace?
We are not under the law, but under grace.
God, what does it mean? What does it mean by we are not under the law? Like Christians see this and be like, well, the laws are what?
Done away with.
Done away with. You understand? What does it mean by we're not under the law? I want Akaya, anybody in the room there, or on Facebook. That's it, Maya. Right? Maya said there's no priest here to punish us. Right? There's no priest to kick in your door, grab you by your neck or by your hair and drag you out.
So you can get stoned.
You understand? Yes, and stone you to death or chop your head off
God.
for the sin you commit. So read it over one more time.
The book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid.
Right? So shall we sin because ain't no priest kicking in your door no more? And in them times, if you was cooking and the smell of pork was coming from your house, there would be priests kicking in your door to put you to death. You understand? Somebody had a question there?
Yes.
All right. I read on.
God forbid, verse 16. Know ye not that whom ye yield yourselves servant to obey, this servant ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness.
Right. What does that mean?
Chilakis.
Come on.
Whoever you serve, meaning if you serve the white man and his laws and you serve money and so on and so forth, and you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you serving death, or you inevitably that you just working to die. But if you serve the Most High and Christ and you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, then you're being righteous and then you choose life. Basically, that's what it's saying.
All right. That's it. All right. Like whatever you yield yourself servant to, you yield yourself servant to money, integrity goes out the door.
Right.
You understand? You yield yourself servant to anything other than serving the Lord. You're yielding yourself a servant to them. That's why we could say if you go become a Christian, you're going to be a servant to the white man.
That's right.
If you go be a Muslim, you're going to be a servant to the Arabs. You understand? You go into the Buddhist temple, you're going to be a servant to the so-called Chinese or the Asians. You understand? Wherever you yield yourself, you know what I mean, whatever you yield yourselves to, you're going to be a servant to. You understand? It's as simple as, you know what I mean, as, you know what I mean, how to put it, brothers who yield themselves servant to the woman, you're going to obey that woman. She's going to be like, come home 5 o'clock. Don't come home late. You know what I mean? Come 1 minute later, you're going to have to explain to me. You understand? Like you whatever you yield yourself to, you're going to be servant. All right, read on.
Verse 17.
7.
But the Most High power be thanked that ye are the servants of sin.
That ye were.
Salakia. The book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 17. But the Most High power be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that from off doctrine which was Salakia delivered you.
Right? Like he was saying, you know what I mean, that you were servants to what? Sin, but thanks be to the Lord that you do what? That you came into the truth. You understand? So you're no longer, you know what I mean, living that lifestyle. You're no longer disobeying the Lord. You understand? Now you're obeying him. You know what I mean? The law is very important. The law is significant for us to, you know what I mean, have that type of relationship we should have with the Most High. as a nation. You understand? Laws are never done away with. You understand? The Christian church made it seem like the laws were done away with because of the white man. You understand? I don't care if you're in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Trinidad, you're in St. Lucia, wherever, Grenada, wherever. I mean, and there's a Christian church or a Catholic church, you understand? They are not teaching you to follow the laws of the Bible. You understand? That's why a white man go any one of those islands, they looked at him like if he is, oh boy, he's God. You understand? Let me see. So you all have Facebook, you all have any questions? YouTube, any questions? Before I close it out for today. And I said next week I'm gonna try to gain into Easter, like history on Easter and where it come from. Come on.
So, officer, I cannot remember specifically. No, I'm trying to search for the scripture in the New Testament where there was a man who was possessed by demons, and then he would throw himself
on the grave.
Box about, yes, and what I have observed in today's present world, in that Christ would have to cast out those demons. But even experience, the term that I noticed, persons with this kind of experience is classified by is either schizophrenia or epilepsy or fits. Is it the same thing?
Okay, okay. The question you're asking, because I wasn't hearing it too clear, right? Because they're going in and out because of the connection. But basically, what you're asking is, this person who had this demon on them, is it similar to people today who have epilepsy?
Answer.
Okay. I would say yes. And the reason why I say this, yes, is this. Okay. Like okay, what's a demon's? Okay, I shouldn't say what's a demon's job in this case, but in this case, when there's a demon on you, you tend to, you know what I mean, you act a certain way, as I say with epilepsy. If it give me a little more, not a little more, but give me some more. We call these type of people that you know, they sit down, but they, oh boy, I want to make it look, you know what I mean, we're making fun of them, but running names down for me against this. Is it epilepsy, schizophrenia?
Maybe I should not have put schizophrenia into it, but I'm thinking that persons who are classified today as epileptic, or they would use the term fits. And when I read in the New Testament about this man who used to be plagued by the demons that would just, it's as if it's tearing him apart and it's foam at the mouth. I'm trying to make a connection.
Okay, for sure. Okay, this is what I can tell you. For sure, he had a demon. You find where it is. Yeah.
Mark chapter 5 and verse 1.
Well, okay, go ahead and read it.
Book of Mark chapter 5 and verse 1. Let me go straight to the part where it start talking about his spirit and stuff. Verse 2. When he was come out of the ship, this is Yahushua, immediately there met him out of the tomb a man with an unclean spirit. Verse 3. Who had...
Right. So this man had an unclean spirit, right? That's meaning what? He had a demon, right? Go on.
Okay. Verse 3. Who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him. No, not with
right. So he had his dwelling, meaning what? He used to live what? Live by where? The grave.
Okay.
You understand? Read on.
Verse 4. Because that ye have been often bound with fetter and chains, and the chains have been plucked asunder by him.
Mm-hmm.
And the fetter broke in pieces, neither could any man tame him.
Right, meaning neither could any man what? Take this demon off. All right. So now, okay, I can't say specifically what type of illness this man was suffering from, right? Specific, like zoning on the specific demon, right? Because back then, it ain't like what the white man, how the white man diagnosed you today with schizophrenia and all these mental illnesses. Back then, you just had a demon on you. You understand? The white man, he just go up, you know what I mean, like being specific with it. We just look at it as this person had a demon on him. You understand what I'm saying, sis?
Answer.
So, you know what I mean? That's how we look at it. You know what I mean? You wasn't right in your head. You wasn't doing things, you know what I mean, how normal people will do it. They'll basically tell you, you know what I mean, look at it as having an unclean spirit. You understand? So read on, finish it up there.
Come. Let me go to the where he met Christ. Verse 6. But when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him. Verse 7. Cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High Power? I adjure thee by Yahweh, that thou torment me not.
Right. So who actually speaking to Christ here?
Sir.
Who actually
is a demon in him speaking?
No.
Yes, right. I think this is the part where Christ gonna put the demons in the pig. You understand? All right. So basically, what you know, what I mean, they're gonna come time. You know, what I mean, when the Lord gonna give us, you know, what I mean, them power. And I shouldn't say come a time, but right now, you know what I mean. You could come in here and get healed, all for those things. You know what I mean? The white man might diagnose you as being a schizophrenia. I mean, the medicine you could take for now. But you're saying here, I'm telling you, the Lord is going to heal you. You understand? You know what I mean? Until then, continue to take your medicine. If he diagnosed you with it and he gave you medication to take it, take it. Bible say, honor the physician. You understand? Take your medicine. But at the end of the day, you're going to get healed. All right? So you're good on that, sis?
Cancer,
All right. So as I say, I can't specify whether it's, you know what I mean, what type of demon it was. The Bible doesn't specify, but all I know, you know what I mean, when it speaks of who have, I mean, unclean spirits, basically they have demons.
Right.
You know what I mean? And likewise today, we just look at them, you know what I mean, the white man, as I say, he categorize, you know what I mean, schizophrenia, these are the illnesses. We will just look at it and say, this puts a demon on them. You know what I mean? All right. Any more questions? Facebook, before I pass it over to Aya to do the announcement. All right, with that, I'm gonna end the class, right? And I just go over the announcements, and I'm gonna end it. All right.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We had I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna. New rule for brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will provide it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'aishara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for not whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, the Passover, April 20th at sundown at Wood, Salaki, I forget the name of the spot.
Let's see.
A little bit whisper that in my ears just now, sir.
What's it?
The Woodhaven Manor Banquet Hall, Jamaica, Queens, New York. And the day after starts the Feast of Unleavened Bread for 1 week. We only eat unleavened bread without leaven in it or yeast or any rising agent. Also, when we celebrate the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you're not supposed to have any type of yeast in your house or rising agent in your house. Not in bread, not in whatever food you have, put it outside, get rid of it. Where are we? Silaki. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf. You want to do the presser?
Yeah, let's at least do the Our Father.
Can't.
All right. So let's say Amadiam.
Let's say
Amadiam wapon yahakodam.
to stand. I don't remember how to say it in the Hebrew. Turn and face the east. Wapon yahakodam.
Yeah, wapon yahakodam.
Wapon yahakodam. Turn and face the east. I already facing the east. Pray real quick.
I'm going to study Lord prayer.
Lucky.
You want me, guys?
Come.
And so in the Hebrew, Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Tabaha. Ratazaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza.
Haya.
Kawa.
Haya. Kawa.
Mashamayim.
Haya. Shemayim.
Nathananawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawafinawa.
Chabawaf Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak
Kabawaf Nawa.
Chabawaf Nawa.
Wala'a. Tabayana. Manasaya one. Above. Hawashinawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Tapara. Walamium. Aman. Now, in the English, our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
Thy will be
in earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive
our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it. So,
sir, means to turn. Sister, have a seat. Men of Israel, one courtesy to the teacher. Men of Israel, I Madiam Shabbat. I Madiam
Shabbat.
Barak. Yahweh Shabbat Barakatah.
Barak. Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Shimei Shai Barakatah.
Yarmata. Sa. Aisha means the stances. Men of Israel, one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, I Madam Shabbat. I Madiam. Barak. Yahweh Shemalatan Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shemalatan Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Il Akram Basham Yahweh Shai.
Yarmata, dismissed.
Shalom YouTube, Shalom Facebook. See you all next week.
Shalom, everyone.